Now, the tenant also has obligations. The tenant has an obligation to maintain cleanliness and the safety of the property, take out the trash, just generally be reasonable. That's a term that you'll hear a lot in the law. Are you acting reasonably? You have to follow reasonable rules of the landlord. Also here, kind of circling back around to the first slide, where do the rules come from? So a lot of times properties will have house rules in addition to the lease, and house rules are entirely appropriate, and house rules can actually be updated on 30 days written notice to the tenant. Now, if the house rules materially change the term of the lease, so if they change the rent, or if they reduce the lease term from a year to 6 months, that they can't do those kind of things. But if it's something like we want to change the way in which you request maintenance, that's entirely appropriate. If we want to impose certain restrictions on the use of a general use, say playground or workout facility, that could be a house rule issue, and those can be updated on 30 days notice even during your lease term. So you have an obligation as the tenant to follow those reasonable rules. You have an obligation to control your guests. So if a guest visits and you've invited that guest over and the guest acts up, that can fall on you. We often get some cases where people will show up and there's a dispute as to whether they're a guest or not. So that does happen. But generally speaking, you're responsible for anybody that you invite over. And of course, the right to peaceful enjoyment means that you shouldn't disturb other tenants and they shouldn't be disturbing you.